Well, folks, Hamas supporters have now claimed their first actual casualty in the United States. According to ABC 7, Paul Kessler died as a result of injuries sustained at an event Sunday, according to Ventura County Sheriff's Office investigators. He's 69 years old. He was, quote, injured in an altercation at a pro-Palestinian rally. That's a very nice way of saying that he was beat over the head with a megaphone, which is actually what happened. It is believed Kessler was involved in an altercation with pro-Palestinian demonstrators when he was injured. He then fell and hit his head on the ground, according to the sheriff's office. So remember, if January 6th protesters / rioters are involved in physical altercations with officers and those officers die days later, that means January 6th was a violent insurrection that ended with death. If, however, a pro-Hamas protester beats a 69-year-old man on the head and he falls down and hits his head and then dies, then that's just an altercation. It's just a thing that happened, kind of. The nature of the altercation remains under investigation, but some reports indicate that before he fell, Kessler was struck in the head with a megaphone by an individual with the pro-Palestinian event. He was pronounced dead on Monday. The Ventura County Medical Examiner's Office has determined Kessler's death to be a homicide caused by blunt force head injury. By the way, this is not in like the dregs of Los Angeles. This is in Thousand Oaks, which is one of the nice, more upscale areas of Los Angeles. What was his great crime? Apparently, he was flying an Israeli flag. The Jewish Federation of Greater Los Angeles released a statement, quote, "We are devastated to learn of the tragic death of an elderly Jewish man who was struck in the head by a megaphone wielded by a pro-Palestinian protester in Westlake Village. Our hearts are with the family of the victim. While we wait for more information from our law enforcement partners, we remind you this is the fourth major anti-Semitic crime committed in LA this year alone. Violence against our people has no place in civilized society." But again, civilized society is, it depends on how you define civilization. And for the left, civilized society means pretending that anybody who is standing with the quote-unquote oppressed can get away with literally anything. As a Daily Wire listener, you're not just informed, you are engaged, you value freedom and personal responsibility. This is why you need to check out MediShare. MediShare is a community-based approach to healthcare that lines up with the principles you believe in. Your values matter, and with MediShare, your healthcare dollars won't be used for medical procedures that don't line up with your beliefs. MediShare is the highest-rated healthcare sharing ministry with a 30-year proven track record. It's not health insurance. It's a community of over 400,000 believers committed to caring and sharing with one another. Members save up to 50% or more on their monthly healthcare costs. Member satisfaction surveys show they like MediShare much more than health insurance. Why? Well, because it works. For a limited time, Daily Wire listeners will receive a $150 gift card when they join MediShare. To find out more, go to MediShare.com/Ben. That's MediShare.com/Ben. Terms and conditions do apply. We all know the shortcomings of the American health insurance system. One way that you can end around that and get the care you need is to join up with MediShare, the highest rated healthcare sharing ministry with a 30-year proven track record. Go check them out right now. That's MediShare.com/Ben and get a $150 gift card when you join. If you run a small business, you need to plan ahead. One of the best ways to do that is by using Stamps.com for all your mailing and shipping needs. Stamps.com lets you print your own postage and shipping labels directly from your home or office space. That is incredibly convenient. Your shipping labels are ready to go in minutes, so you can get back to running your business sooner. We don't waste time here at Daily Wire. We've used Stamps.com since 2017. Our office management staff loves Stamps.com because they don't have to spend hours at the post office anymore. Stamps.com offers rates you can't find anywhere else, like up to 84% off USPS and UPS. Plus, it will automatically tell you your cheapest and fastest shipping options. For 25 years, Stamps.com has been indispensable to over 1 million businesses, including ours. You can print postage wherever you do business, no lines, no traffic, no waiting. They even send you a free scale, so you'll have everything you need to get started. Set your business up for success. Get started with Stamps.com today. Sign up with promo code Shapiro for a special offer that includes a 4-week trial plus free postage and free digital scale. No long-term commitments, no contracts. Just go to Stamps.com, click the microphone at the top of the homepage, enter code Shapiro. Again, that's Stamps.com. Click that mic at the top of the page, enter code Shapiro. And we are seeing anti-Semitic incidents across the nation, many of them violent. According to the New York Post, an Indiana woman whom cops described as a terrorist has been arrested after she allegedly plowed her car into what she thought was a Jewish school. This story is actually hilarious because it turns out that it was a bad guy on bad guy crime. Ruba Almagtha, 34, allegedly backed her vehicle into a building associated with Black Hebrew Israelites in Indianapolis late Friday, while several adults and children were inside. The reason I say it's a bad guy on bad guy crime, in terms of it's more accurate to say it's an anti-Semite on anti-Semite crime. The Black Hebrew Israelites are an anti-Semitic group. She saw a Jewish star on the building, and she assumed that it was a synagogue. And so she ran her car into a Black Hebrew Israelite congregation. She was offended by a Hebrew Israelite symbol out front, according to a police report. She said, "Yes, I did it on purpose." She repeatedly described the building as the Israel School, adding the driver also made a reference to, quote, her people back in Palestine. Now, is the White House going to comment on any of this? Of course not. They buy into the oppressor-oppressed matrix. So the White House will build an entire Islamophobia campaign off of the evil stabbing of a Palestinian kid and his mom in Michigan. And then, meanwhile, they will never mention a woman driving her car into a school because she thought that it was a Jewish school. I assume they will never mention a 69-year-old Jewish man being killed on the street in Thousand Oaks because he was flying an Israeli flag. Because all of that blows up the narrative. Meanwhile, overnight, a Brooklyn man was arrested for attacking religious Jews with pepper spray. Here's some of the video. Here he is being arrested. This is the person being arrested. Apparently, it was a female who was attacking Jews with pepper spray in Brooklyn. She had a knife and pepper spray on her when she was arrested. Meanwhile, poster destroyers are going a little bit further now. They're not just destroying posters of kidnapped children. They're actively attacking people who try to stop them or ask them questions about it. Here was some video from the streets of New York.
What the f***? Oh, ow! What are you doing? What are you
Again,
doing? Why did you just come up to
this woman believes that she has full impunity.
What is going on? What is this?
She went up to my phone and put...
She's a member of an oppressed class, which means that she can, assault people on the streets.
Can you please ask nicely?
She can assault people. It's totally fine.
Why are you taking signs of kidnapped people? I don't understand.
Okay, because the whole thing is that...
Don't worry. It's all fine. Because, again, oppressor-oppressed matrix. That is the way that this works. And this is the way, by the way, that the coalition is built. The coalition is the supposed coalition of the oppressed. And it makes up three categories. You have the actual full-scale members of Hamas. So as it turns out, for example, according to the UK Telegraph, the people organizing the marches, these giant marches in Britain, are members of Hamas. Mohammed Katham Salah is a founder of the Muslim Association of Britain, one of 6 groups that organized the London March set for November 11th. He's a former Hamas chief. And he's organizing this thing. So you have the actual Hamasniks. Those people are accompanied by the civilizational fellow travelers. They're accompanied by the other members of the supposedly oppressed caste. And those people are accompanied by the cowards. And the cowards are people who just say moral equivalence to all. I take no sides. I am a moral sophisticate. I don't know who's right. I don't know who's wrong. I'm just going to say that I wish that peace reigned on earth, the miscongeniality version of world foreign policy. That doesn't matter if terrorists are killing people and then people are attempting to kill terrorists. It's all the same to me. And I just don't know enough. I just don't, I'm smart enough that I can comment on the situation. I'm smart enough that I can inject myself into the situation, but I'm not wise enough to actually take sides. All I know is that genocide on all sides is wrong. Of course, trying to pretend that we don't know exactly what you are doing when you say that both sides are attempting to commit genocide. Everybody can see exactly what you're doing when you do this, you pseudo-sophisticate idiots, you. It is truly amazing, this coalition. And this coalition, in the end, just reinforces that same oppressor-oppressed matrix that is undermining Western civilization. Are you tired of the lies and the twists of the mainstream media talking points? Yeah, me too. Join me in my newest series, Fact, where I dismantle and bring truth to this tiring mainstream agenda.